Hi everyone. Let's wait for more people to join in. Hi, hi Harshika. Thank you so much, guys. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Pop Street, and this is Jayanti. Well, today we are going live with Rida Tharanaa. Who is Rida? Well, when I got to know about her story, trust me, I got inspired. And I'm sure once you hear her part of life story, what life experiences and everything, you will get inspired too. And how gracefully she broke the society norms. It's very much inspiring. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. And I'm very sure um, she's joining in any moment. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Nikki. Hi, Satish. Hi, Harshika. Definitely, I'll add you very soon. Um, guys, whatever questions you want to ask from us and from Rita, please write it on our comment section, and definitely we're going to answer it too. And yes, definitely. I love it too. I believe she's already here. So let's know more about Rida's life and her experiences and how gracefully she changed or, broke this society norms. Let's know more about her from herself. I'm just adding her. She's already here. We are from Delhi, Harshika. So she's just joining in. Hi, how are you?
I am good. I am so sorry. I completely forgot. I started shooting.
No problem. How
How
are
are
you?
you? I'm doing good. How are you?
All good, all good. It's good to see you. And
Too.
thank-
Beautiful.
right, thank you so much, and so are you. So, Rita, as I told everyone that we were just discussing, and I was just telling everyone that how gracefully you broke the norms of our society before going there. But we really want to know who is Rita as a person.
Okay. First, give me a quick moment. Let me just adjust my light. I am so
Right.
bad at this. I don't know how. I don't know how did I forget this. Trust me. I was supposed to have a reminder, and I'm like, I'm forgetting
That's
something. I'm not sure what.
are. So, guys, whatever questions you have related to Rita and related to Pop Street and related to this particular chat, please write it down or our comment section, and definitely we're gonna answer it. For
All
sure.
right. Before I
Yes.
begin, I just wanted to know your name as well as a little more about you.
Okay, so first of all, this is Jayanti. I'm the founder of the company, the Pop Street, and the Pop Street is all about. Uh, thank you. The Pop Street is all about we are giving platform to all those people who have brilliant stories, who have stories that inspire the masses in a different aspect of their life, and be it any person, because story is story, it can be
Theory.
from absolutely. So
That is.
yeah, that's why we are here to just bring little motivation, positivity, inspiration on our channel.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm just a little. I was rushing through it. But anyways, I am Rida. My entire the full name. It's just four letters, by the way. It's Rida Tharanaa. I love
Okay.
my dad for giving us entirely very different names. We don't really have the same surname. All of my sisters, as well as my brother, we all have different surnames.
Okay.
So I hail from Coorg. I was born and brought up. My schooling as well as my PUC, that's what they called back then for 11th and 12th,
Right.
was done at Coorg itself, in Coorg itself. And for my graduation is when I moved to Bangalore. And I will be hitting 5 years now that I'm here in Bangalore all by myself. So yeah,
Wow.
that's the achievement.
So who's Rida as a person? Rida as a person.
Rida as a person is I'll just give you like three words, I guess. Let's do it in a word way.
Right.
Someone who's confident, somebody
Okay.
who's independent, and somebody who has her own set of opinions.
Wow. And that's very strong. That's very bold. Very amazing to know that. But yeah, like Rida, I believe like at times or at the initial stage, it becomes very difficult for a person to support your own self when your close people are not supporting you, right? So how was your experience and how your journey began?
So when I moved to Bangalore, the entire agenda was to step out of Coorg somehow. I don't know how it is, but then I need to step out of that place.
So
So
I
when
want
I
to know
moved,
age when you moved, when you have moved to Bangalore.
I was 17 when I moved to Bangalore. I just finished my PU and I was adamant about doing graduation in biotech and genetics, and I wanted to do in Bangalore itself. So it was a lot of repercussions that came my way that no, you cannot go to Bangalore. I'll be the first girl to go to Bangalore, and how can we trust her? It's she's 17 now. She'll anyways turn 18 in some months, get her married. There were a lot of repercussions, but my father was somebody who gave us like a proper good education, and he was with me as well. So, but then as they were financial crunches back then, they were going through a lot by themselves. I couldn't really complain about it. They couldn't afford anything, and that's when I decided to take a loan. I'm like, I cannot. The more reasons I come up with, the more reasons they're giving me to stay here. Maybe I need to find solutions for it. If you're giving me reasons not to go, then I think I need to find reasons as to why I should go, or find solutions and give it to them. Okay, you
Right,
say you don't have the money, all right, I'll take the loan. You say you can't
right,
take care of me, okay, I'll work for it. But I cannot stand or stay behind and think or assume that, okay, let me do it this way, or, it's a dead end. My parents are telling me this is not going to happen, and I'm just going to sit here and think it's not going to happen. If I
right,
did that, you wouldn't be here with me. I wouldn't be here having a live session with you. So that is what happened. It was just that I don't know why did I have that, or what is the push that gave me back then, but I was very sure that I cannot stay here. I
right,
need to step out. I need to do something. And that's when I decided on taking a loan.
right,
And that's when I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take a loan. I'm going to move to Bangalore. I'll figure that shit out then. But if I don't do it now, there is no way I can get out of this. So
right,
luckily, my uncle convinced my father. He signed the papers, but then they were very sure that, you know what, we are not going to help you financially. We don't have the money to help you. You have two sisters who are going to schools and colleges, as well as my mom was pregnant with Zayn then. So there was a little brother coming on the way. So it was a lot that was happening. All right. So I was like,
wow,
I don't know. I can't. I just cannot sacrifice. As many reasons you're giving to me, telling me that this. It's my life is not that. I can't sacrifice this. I'm just growing. I'm 17. You can't ask me to do this. So I didn't say that to them, but I was telling this to myself all the fucking time that no, you're not going to do this. You are going to stand up for yourself. If you don't do this, who will do this for you? And
right,
that's when I moved in. I took a loan of 3 lakhs. Somehow I figured out a college that was giving me biotech and genetics altogether, and got in. I paid my first installment. I paid my hostel fees, but the issue was the mess. Now, for me to survive, I need food. But my parents couldn't even afford 2K a month because of the crunches. And my mom was very mad. Like, you were the one who wanted to go. My mom's side of family would come every single day and say, we told you not to send your daughter. Now she's going to be ruined. She already had a tongue. Now she's gone to Bangalore. And all of that was like a thing. So they would always keep telling this. So even if they had it, the society pressure on them was immense. I wouldn't complain anything at all. But that's when I started my journey, though. That's when I started working. Luckily, I started exploring as to what are the options that I might get into earning somehow. And
right.
one of my seniors was the one who got me into events, and he was the one who told me that, you know what, there are events, there are ways that you can earn money, there are things that you could do. Why don't you give it a shot? So that is how I actually began, though. Give me a credit. Yes.
Wow, as in, okay, so I would say that you were not financially, you were not mentally prepared when you moved out, right?
No.
So, and the experience was berserk, like, you were not aware of what to do, and you were 17. So, how did you?
Exactly. Exactly. You don't know what to do with the money, or you don't know how to get the money. If you get the money, you don't know what to do with it. because nobody has taught you. You know, you have algebra, you have physics, but nobody has taught you how to manage money. Nobody has taught you how to get out mentally stable. Nobody has taught you how to survive if things go like this. Like the entire education, I had questions. Nobody taught me this. How am I to survive? How am I to do this if these things didn't happen this way? It was a roller coaster ride.
So how did you manage to learn? I know, like, it's a very slow procedure. By experience, you keep on learning something or the other day to day. But what was your initial step, like, moving towards getting, like, when did you think that, okay, now where I have to get that 2K, like, to survive and to pay to the mess and everything? How did you
Yeah.
manage?
So I was earning around 800 while I was a promoter, and
Okay,
I was earning around 1,000 sometimes. It used to depend, all right?
all
And
right,
I was like, okay, but the problem here was sometimes you would get work in the weekend, some Saturdays and Sundays it's sorted, and some of them you don't have it. You don't have any idea what to do. And
right.
that was a problem because the event also had their own set of agendas. We need tall, long hair, fair girl. We need someone with a very good communication and stuff as such. It was very hard to get events and be a promoter as such as well. And that's when I was slowly pushing into it. But I kind of feel that I have a little of my grandmother's and my mom's gene in me when it comes to spending money. You can put me under the category of conjuice, but I am not really that confused though. But I was really good with money, you know. I knew what I would earn. I knew that, okay, if I do this particular work or if I do this event, I'm going to get this much and this will go here. I was saving. This will go to my savings, and I would not take a penny from my savings. My savings were my savings. I would starve, but there were no ways that I would take it from my savings. I knew that this would go to my mess. I knew that this would go to my personal hygiene. Like, okay, let me just invest something for myself. Let me go get me a dress or a cloth, whatever that is. So I would just keep doing that. All right. And that was the worst part because no, that was the best part because I was happy that I was figured out. Thank God, just because I'm earning money, I'm not spending it. I'm not just throwing it away right and left. I know where it's going. I know how it's done. So that was the best part. So my mom keeps saying, you know, you are like your grandmother. You're like my mother. You know, you're very
Okay.
confused when it comes to that.
I hope now they're supporting you.
Yeah, they are. It's fun though. Eventually, my mom says like this. It's like, okay, as you finish your loan, now you have to give me the loan money. I'm like, okay. It's cute when it comes to talking to her. She's very. I just my sister was just talking about the guy she likes, and she goes like, "Why didn't you go tell him you like him?" And I'm like, "Is that my mom on the phone? Did she just say that?" And then she goes like, "What are your plans for Valentine's?" I said, "I don't have anyone." It's like, Arey, how come you don't have anybody? I'm like, I know, but how are you so okay with this? So it's nice as to how she's adjusting and you know changing according to the time as well. But I
Right.
respect their choices as well as I respect whatever ideology that they're getting in. So yeah.
So Rita, like, you're already aware of the society norms that, they have a problem, like, for working women. They have a problem, like, women who are having, like, voice, or they have a problem with, like, women who are having a great command on the land. So, and like, I'm sure, like, the skin color and everything. So how did you deal with them, like, time to time? I'm sure you must have experience, like, you have different experience together. You have to give them, okay, you were very stiff or like, very rigid with your own decision. So how did you manage to work it out? Your
I I think I was like this when I was back at home itself. I didn't have to come here to Bangalore to be this. I remember being repulsive as well as I remember standing up for myself when my uncles or anybody were misogynistic. I would say, why would you do that? Why would you say this? The entire concept of women working in the kitchen, toiling the entire day to cook meal, and then the men come, they eat completely. They don't really care if it's left out for or not, and the women are waiting for them to finish eating while they are hungry. I did not understand this entire concept. Why? You're a human, you're cooking. Why can't they help you? Even if they're not helping you, what's the big deal of eating together? What's the entire. I couldn't. I would ask questions. And whenever there were repercussions or whenever they would be like, why are you. They did not have an answer to it. The only answer that would come was, why are you questioning? You're a girl, you can't have an opinion. That was the only answer they had. That was the sad part, because I knew that these people don't have any answers, and they know that I'm opinionated. Like, I have opinions of my own, and this girl will not shut down. They knew that this is somebody who will talk about it. So I
Right.
would question them, I would ask them, I would say, why do you think it's like this? Why do you think it's like that? Why do you think it's right this way? So nobody liked me. They already termed me as this is the girl who has voice. She will not get married. If she gets married, she's gonna get divorced, as she has her own voice. You know, who would want a wife who has a voice or who has an opinion? Okay.
Right.
And my mama would say that I do not want a wife like Rida. You know, I do not want somebody educated as this. If she's passed her 10th, that's more than enough, because you know she'll not know what the world is. You understand by this itself that the reason they do not want a woman to get educated or have education by itself is because they know that she'll have opinions. She won't take bullshit. She know what she wants. And that's why she's like, मुझे सिर्फ 10th या 12th pass वाली लड़की चाहिए. I don't want more than that, because I don't want her to have her own opinions, or I don't want her to question. I just want her to listen to me. And I
Okay.
was so against that. So I think that never changed. And when I came here to Bangalore, it just made me even stronger. It just made me even better. Like, I don't care. I am going to be like this. Nobody's paying my bills. I took care of myself. So I don't care. I am going to stand up for the things that I feel is wrong. And that's why they don't like me.
So we have a lot many questions. Let me just see. First of all, people are asking that how do you work on your communication skills? You have a very great communication skills. How do you work on that?
I'm not sure again. But one thing I can say is that I tell my students when I take their workshop, the reason you have a good command over your mother tongue is because you talk every day. That's a language you speak every single day, right? And you know what you want to say, as well as your statements and your sentences have already been prepared in your head, because the language that you
Right.
want to speak, it's in your head. That's the same thing with English as well. If you want to improve, all you have to do is practice. Keep talking to your friends, yourself, your family, everyone around you only in English, so that your fluency as well as your command over your language it gets stronger by the passing time. So
All
that's all
right.
I can say.
And one more thing, like, there's another question which we have for you from the audience. Uh, like, you have seen so many negativity in your life, right? So how do you keep yourself positive? And you talk more about positivity, talk more about, like, be calm, be positive, be strong, and be confident. So, what get from where do you get this inspiration from, and how do you make yourself calm?
Uh, so I'm really happy about this thing that whenever things have gone wrong with me, I've always had a solution to it, or I've always given myself enough time to realize that okay, if this is something that has gone wrong, I'm pretty sure there's something to this. Like, I'm pretty sure find a solution to it. I've realized that the maximum number of time that I give to the negativity, or the number of things that I've put down into feeling bad about the things that have happened to me, it's not helping me in any way. So I'd
Right.
rather I'd be like, okay, if I can concentrate on the things that makes me sad, why don't I concentrate on the things that can make me happy? It's under your control, right? It's something that you can have a control over. You do not want to think about that. But again, it's a human emotion. You feel it, okay? It comes to you. It's not something that you can control sometimes, and it's okay to feel that way. I have my own sad days. I sit, I cry, I feel, but when I'm standing up again, I'm not going to take that again with me. I'll make sure that I'm leaving that behind, and I'm learning the lesson that it has taught me. I'm making sure that this does not happen again, and I'm moving forward, because I don't have the option of going back and feeling bad for the things that has happened. No, I do not want to do that. So this is something that I put myself on a thing that it's okay, all right? Your life has its own share of positives, negatives. It has its own share of rise and fall. But what matters is how you look at it. If you're going to look at it as मेरे life में ऐसा होता है, भगवान सिर्फ मुझे को देता है, it is only me, it is not going to work out. Everybody have their own share. Maybe you not getting your work done today might be the bigger deal, and me not being able to wake up from my bed because I'm feeling sad, it might be the bigger thing. I can't compare my feelings to your feeling. And this is
Right.
what begins, the comparison of feelings is what needs to shun down, and which makes us understand that everyone has their own share of struggles. It is okay But at the same time, we need to have a control of what we can do and what we cannot do. So I think that is how I keep going about things.
So there is another one who's asking, like, what should we do when our parents annoy us with a thing like marriage?
Ah, I just recently learned this trick with my mom. I actually made a reel out of it, all right? So
Okay.
whenever my mom, so I'm 22, I'm unmarried. I saw somebody about my marriage. No, I'm not married, I'm unmarried. So my mom is very scared about this because everyone in my village is married. We're three girls and a boy, all right? So I'm the oldest one. I'm the eldest one, followed by my two sisters. So what happens is it's moreover like, oh God, what was it? Yeah. So it was like, she calls me up. She's like, what do you think? Do you like somebody? And I'm like, I am not sure if I like someone. And she's like, okay, I've seen somebody. Do you want to? She'll send me a random pic of some guy. I'm like, no, I don't want to get married. And then she'll just call me, why? It is so nice. He looks good. And then I learned this trick where I go like, oh my God, you literally have the hottest man. You married the most handsome man on the entire planet. And you just want me to settle down for anybody. So this lady is going to just blush and be like, all right, if you don't want it, you don't want it. This works like a charm.
Oh, okay. That's something quirky, different.
Yeah, and then she's like, okay, she's just gonna be okay. Yeah, she loves dad so much. She's gonna be like, okay, yeah, I really got the best. So why should my daughter settle for anything less? And I'm like, okay, it's working. But then yeah, the most importantly, it's better for you to have a conversation with them and tell them that you're not ready. Because I tell my mom that, mom, you can't tell us that get married and you'll settle down. No, I have to feel it. I always tell her, let me feel it. When I feel that yes, I want a partner, I want to get married, I will let you know. But right now, I don't feel it that way. So you pushing me into it will definitely not put me to a position that I'll magically fall in love with this man who married me, and I'm going to be like, okay, this is the man I wanted in my life. No, this is not going to happen in any way at all. So rather than pushing them away, or because they are concerned, it's a society's pressure that's put out on them, it's better that you talk to them, you let them know how you feel about it, and make them understand that you're not really ready for it, rather than just pushing them away and not giving an explanation, because they're also trying to understand as to why you do not want to do this. So it's better to
Right.
have a conversation. It's a little small conversation every day. Trust me, it makes things easier.
I'm sure. I'm sure. So, Rita, you have started as a hosting, MC, and now you are a content creator. You are also a motivational speaker, I would say. You take workshops, and now you are a content creator. So, how social media helped you in this particular career or genre? I would.
So I was not really active on YouTube or Snapchat for that matter. I
Right.
was somebody who really liked Instagram. I was sure about that, okay, I like Instagram. Instagram is something that I really like. But then
Right.
the entire reason, I used to make IGTVs. I really, really loved making IGTVs. And I was just like, okay, I love doing this. And the first content that I made was, it's a pandemic, not a productivity contest, because there were a lot of issues that was happening at that time. We had literally, there's a virus that has come. People are not understanding as to how to cope up with things and all of that sort. And we just have random people saying that, oh, you need to be productive when you get out of this pandemic. You need to know how it works. You have to be the big boss. You need to come up with I don't know what not. So that's when I started making the video first. And that's when I realized that I'm comfortable making videos. Actually, I'm really, really comfortable doing this. And I
Mm.
slowly started taking up critical topics like body shaming, topics like people being judged on social media platforms for uploading any random thing. At that time, the reason I used to do this was because I loved doing it. I had around 3K followers back then, and I was just doing it for myself. I did not care about the number of followers I had, or I did not really. I just did it because I wanted to do it. It made me happy. It was just like, hey, every Sunday I would upload an IGTV no matter what happened, and it just made me happy because every set of people would be like, hey, we're waiting for we're literally waiting for your IGTV. It's really exciting. We want to see you and all of that. And then
Right.
is when I moved to Reels, because the editing part in IGTV took the entire time. Like, it took a lot of time for me to edit. And that's when I was like, you know what, I'm just not going to do this. It's just too much of work. Let me skip to Reels. And Reels
Right.
was again, just whatever I wanted to say, I could say it in 30 seconds of time. Even though a lot
Right.
of them I would write it down on a caption because I couldn't really complete it, but it was easier. I could record it. So whenever I got ready to work, I would just sit in front of the mirror. I did not have to set up the tripod or anything. I would just I would just use my hand as a tripod. I did not have a tripod back then. I just had my
Okay.
phone recorded. My cab would come. I would have recorded around 3 to 4 reels. I would rush to work. This was how it went. And just one of the videos started circulating. I'm just getting followers, all right? And I remember writing a story as well saying that I hope I reach 4K this year end. And, and when we completed 2020, I was around 50K or around 80K or something. And I'm like, oh my God, I asked for 4K. God gave me 80K. So that is what happened. It was just booming, and I'm like, what's happening? What exactly is happening? I don't understand. I get into Instagram. There's a rise. The number of followers are increasing. It's a difference. I just did not understand. I did not know how to take the compliments. I did not know how to take the hate. It was again a new experience. I was not ready for it. As much as I thought that I deserved it, I always told myself that you need to be ready for what you're working. Imagine you're working for something, you need to be ready to accept that success, right? You need to be ready to know that, yes, I am meant for this and I need this, I'm waiting for this. But I was
Right.
not ready. As much as I thought I deserved it, I was just not ready. It was overwhelming. I had crazy anxiety to a level that I would just not come on Instagram. I would not. I was like, no, I am not getting it. And at the same time, we had like hundreds of the hate comments as well. I did not know how to tackle this. It was a lot for me to take. And luckily, my
So
friends were there
yeah,
at that time.
on that note, like, when everything was so new, like, you started with a small number, and now you have, I would say, like many fan following and people loving your content and your motivation and inspiring content completely on your reels and everything. So I'm sure there must be some people who have this problem, like, she has an opinion and she has a voice, and like, she's talking something really good, and why? So how do you tackle all these trolls on social media?
I just realized that sometimes I'm open. I know the content that I make might create certain controversies, all right? I know
Right.
that some content, it's my opinion, so I'm ready for the comments to have their own set of opinions. At that time, I either read the comments, I take them, I Google about it, I learn about it, and I'm like, okay, that's a new learning. Some of them, I'm like, some of them are very cultured enough to keep their opinions. At the same time, we have a discussion about the same and talk about it to come to a conclusion that, okay, that's your opinion, this is my opinion, we can still stay in the same boat. And some of them are just utter rubbish. The content is good, they know that. They don't have anything to talk about it. So they talk
Right.
about the iPhone, they'll talk about the makeup, they'll talk about the language, they'll talk about the accent. So it's there. So I just realized that it's imagine you're having a bad day and you open your Instagram, the first reel that pops out is my reel. Okay? You're just dropping all of your frustration on my comment section. You don't hate me as a person at all. So it doesn't matter. Okay? So most of
Right.
the times when I have hate comments, what I do is I reply them saying that I love you too and I hope you're doing okay. So that's it. I don't get anything else. Or sometimes I indulge in a conversation and at the end, they become my follower or they come and tell me that, you know what, I was just having a shitty day, your reel popped up and I was just like, I just took off my frustration. It's just some of them that they hate me as a person. So these people regularly comment on every single post of mine, regardless if it's good or not. I pin it. I pin it up and I'm like, oh my God, I miss your comments so much. I love you. And I just leave it there. And I
Ah,
started using the hate comments as captions as well. I'm like, how can someone be so creative? You know what? I'm going to use you guys as a caption. You guys are amazing. So the hate comments have stopped affecting me at all right now. I don't really care. I'm like, these people don't hate me at all. They don't know me personally. They're just going through Instagram. They see something and then they're like, they have frustration over something else and they put it out there. So mostly when I say, I hope you're doing okay, they melt down. I'm like, oh yeah, I was not doing okay or that. And when I was speaking about a body shaming IGTV, a live, about this guy who created a YouTube video, he's literally shaming women. He says that I have never seen any man talking about body positivity, so I'm not going to talk about any men here. It's all about only women who do this, so I'm going to talk about that. And when I spoke about this guy, when he got to know that I've created an IGTV, had a gang of his friends who would come and say, filter to hata deti, filter to hata deti. So you know that the entire content is nice. There is nothing else that you can talk about. But the fact
right.
that I'm using a filter, okay? So and I remember I spoke to him. I'm like, "Arey yaar, मैं filter हटाना कैसे भूल गई?" And this guy goes like, "Arey आप कितने cute हो?" And I was like, "कैसे हो आप?" And then this guy texted me personally. He went like, "That guy, we have a group. What we do is we usually any content that we don't like, they put that in the group and tell them to go attack that person personally." So these
Oh
people
my
don't
God.
have anything else to do and they just go randomly comment down there. So they don't know the person just because some random person is coming and telling, you know what, I don't like this guy's content, go ahead and comment this. And both of these guys texted me saying that we don't hate you personally, we actually love your content. It's because you spoke about our friend. He asked us to go and comment this, so everybody just started coming and spamming under your comments. But then we love you.
Oh God.
If there's anything else you think is going wrong, please text us. We'll take care of it. I'm like, okay, we'll do that. So it's the entire
So,
concept of how people take it. You know, like okay, this is my God, my ring light is so bad. Anyways, it was
but
so bad.
you are looking pretty. No doubt in that.
Thank you. So that's how it is. So that's when I realized that most of them don't really hate it, or some of them just taking out their insecurities out there. Like you know, कि
Right.
ऐसे कैसे बोल दिया इसने? Just because social media, a lot of them come like, oh, just because you have a social media, just because you have a social media, you just do it. I'm like, you just commented on my post because you thought it's okay, right? Then how do you think
Right.
I can't post what I think is okay? And that's it. They'll have nothing to say. So when you tackle them exactly the way you would love to tackle it, it gets easier. But I don't really heed anyone. I'm like, it's okay, I don't care. Just
Because
comment.
you,
You're just increasing my engagement.
but because positivity, and I can see that, and I'm sure people can see it too. It's very
Oh,
nice, because like we can hear anything from anyone. Uh, they can do things. Yeah, so we can like just be sad and just keep thinking about. Yeah, we just like take a break and okay, chill out. Like it happens. Let's move on.
yes. That's what I want to let you know. Like, it's we are not taught that the things that happens. It's okay to feel that. It's okay to learn from it. It's okay to
Right.
take your time. And you know when you're ready to like finally wear your shoes, like yes, I'm ready to go ahead and conquer the world. Nobody has taught us this. Everyone have just taught easy and simple thing that, oh, you have to be strong, just forget it. No, it's okay. It's completely fine for you to feel whatever you're feeling. It's fine for you to feel sad about what you thought you wanted to achieve and what you couldn't do it. It's completely fine. But at the same time, remember that for how long do you think you would want this to hold you back? Right? It's one life. I remember this one quote going like people saying, "It's one life, live it. I do not want another life, and I do not want to go through the same shit again." So it's a whole new thing. But I know that my content is not funny. Okay, my content is more on the savage part, more on the
Right.
part where I'm just gonna tell it on the face that yes, this is how it is. At the same time, there are a lot of people who think that okay, this girl is kind, this girl is nice, so we can just randomly say whatever we want to say. And I'm like, no, it doesn't happen that way. Just because I'm kind to you does not mean that you can come say whatever you want to, and I'll be like, okay, bye. Tali bajao, we'll listen to this and dance over it. No, it's not gonna happen that way.
Well, I believe like when people say that we live only one, but I'm sorry to say that we live every day. We die once. That's it.
And
And
also,
once we learn,
yeah, and once we learn that, we get to know, you know, when did I learn this? When I got into a corporate job, I realized that I was waiting for the month to end so that I could earn that money, the salary, and I did not care about that month at all or the days that were passing by. But I was not like this when I was a freelancer and when I was working as an MC. I was so happy every day. I had something to do. I knew what I wanted on my plate. I was there, and that's when I realized that I can't do corporates. It's draining my energy. This is not what I have to do. This is not what I can do. I'll figure something out, man. I'll find something to earn my money, to earn my bread. But there's no way I'm going to sit here and sit in front of a computer, tell UK customers how to manage their finances, and be like, okay, let's do this. No. And I think it took me 6 months, and I was like, that's it, I can't stay here anymore. If I don't step out of this, I'm just going to be in the trap of this, like, it's okay, a month more, a month more, a month more, and I'll stay there forever. I was like, okay, I need to step out.
so what message do you have, like, for all the women or maybe like, all youth, I would say, who wanted to do something or the other or wanted to pursue their passion, but they're not able to because of the social norms, the pressure, peer pressure, everything. So what do you want to say to them?
Okay, nobody has actually taught us that passion can be your occupation as well. Nobody has really taught us that your dreams can be your job as well. Everyone is taught that either you have to be an engineer or a doctor. You need to get a degree so that we can print your name as well as that degree on a wedding card. Nobody has really told us that, you know, you can do what you want to do. And that is what breaks my heart right now, because there are a lot of them. I like the pandemic as to how much it has pushed a lot of artists on Instagram, a lot of singers making covers, a lot of dancers doing their tuitions, a lot of mentors coming on their way, a lot of content creators and stuff as such. The fact is, we have ups and downs, all right? Let me give an example that when I was doing my MCing, I did not know it was my passion. Imagine that, not knowing what your passion is, and it took you some circumstances and instances to push you to a way you think that, okay, this is what I want to do, and finally you realize that, oh my god, I'm good at this. This is what I want to do, right? At the same time, I needed money. 2,000 rupees couldn't suffice me to live in Bangalore. It's Bangalore, for God's sake. So that's when I realized that it's okay. Until and unless you're passionate about your passion, make sure you're taking time for it. You know, it's okay for you to get a job, but at the same time, invest here as well. You know, have a plan, have an agenda. Don't lose your hope, okay? It took me my 10th event to finally be able to, you know, hold a mic confidently and say, Sayonara, this is me, Rida Tharanaa, signing off. Trust me, I would shiver to complete this. It took me that. If I lost my hope in 5th event or even in the 9th event, I wouldn't be here. That's it. It's simple as that. It's just that it's a passion is like your little baby. It's like a little pet you have for yourself. It's a little thing that you own, you know. Until and unless you nurture it, until and unless you are proud of it, until and unless you keep telling that you deserve it, you need to come to my life, we need to work on this, it will not grow.
Absolutely. Absolutely right. So, like, Rita, one more thing.
1 minute, love. Crazy cute thought. If you don't like it, you can always leave the life. आपकी बकवास सुनने के लिए टाइम नहीं, तो फिर आप यहाँ पे टाइम क्यों वेस्ट कर रहे हो अपना? Yes, tell.
Oh, whatever. Ignorance is bliss, always. So, one superpower you want to have, if one superpower.
One superpower, if I would want to have, is be invisible.
Oh, okay. All right. That's
Yeah, like, you know, I see somebody who's an asshole, and then I'm like, okay, okay, I'll take care of you, and then go back, be invisible, come back, slap, come back again, and be like, hey, who slapped you? You don't know who did that.
right. So, what was your turning point in your life?
I think I had multiple turning points, but I'm not sure. I'm really, really glad as to how I'm built. This is how I am, I can say this. And I'm really
Sure.
glad that, you know, with everything that was thrown at me, if I was not this way, I wouldn't think I would be able to accept it, or I would be able to move on, or I would be able to do things, all right? I think the turning point for me was coming to Bangalore itself, was trying to find a job, was trying to manage finances, was trying to clear the loan, was trying to stand up for myself and love myself, was trying to, you know, understand what self-love is, was trying to have a voice and an opinion, was trying to pay my own bills. And that is what I think, yeah, turning part is, yeah, when I became a feminist. Yes, exactly. That is my turning point. You see, all of my answers are in the comment section itself.
Right.
But that was the thing. The entire part was, there were a lot of instances when I knew that, yes, this is my turning point, but at the same time I knew that this is what I wanted. This is what my dream is. I'm working towards it, and I'm not going to stop until I get it. No matter what, either by hook or by crook, I'm going to get it regardless.
And I'm sure you will. You will very soon. Right. It's amazing, and I believe we have another set of questions. Okay. My goodness. I could see a lot of love people are like, having for you, your quotations and everything. What's
I
your
remember my
professional?
friend saying this. I had tagged him one of these posts, and he went like, "Rida, I'm reading through your comments, and I have to tell this that people love you." And I'm just like, I know, I love you guys so much. Okay, sometimes I'm just like, I wish I could like hug you guys and say how much I love you, because you're all so precious and so gorgeous and so beautiful. I love how you open up about things, and it makes me so happy. Thank you.
Absolutely, because the kind of love, the kind of positivity, what you're spreading on your social page, it, And definitely you are inspiring others over there on your Instagram page. And I believe you started story. Before going that, I want to ask you that, how COVID affected you because you were working and and
Yes.
to work it out.
So I was saving after my graduation. I wanted to do my masters. I thought I'll take a year break, work the entire year, save it up, and then go for it. I was working my ass off. I was taking up every event from birthdays to weddings, Saturdays and Sundays and weekends and weekdays. Any event I would get, I would save up, save up. I'm like, for masters, I do not want to take a loan. No matter what happens, I want to pay my bills all by myself, as
Right.
well as I do not want to take a loan. I felt bad. I felt bad when COVID happened. I had to survive. I had to pay my bills here at Bangalore. My parents were going through a lot, so I had to help them survive. I also had to go through, my sisters were having their education, so I had to pay their bills. I had a lot to go. I did not know what to do. I'm like, what do I do right now? I'm not getting any events. All of my savings are just washing away slowly. I was like, okay, I can't sit and cry about this. I need to figure something out. And that's when I got into corporates. I knew I would get into corporates. So I was like, it's okay. The entire idea was, we do not know how the corporate is. It'll give you the money for the time you need to survive. At the same time, you're going to learn a lot of new things. And trust me, I have learned a lot from the corporates, a lot. From people not liking me to people loving me, from people hating because this is the girl who always has answers or opinions, or from people knowing that this girl is going to leave in next 6 months because she's very very figured out about what she wants to do. A lot of people knowing that she is on social media, she is working on it 24/7, and I kind of
Right.
feel that. So the last month of November, when I worked for my very last month at corporates, that's when I was growing. Like every day, people would come and say, "Hey, it's 13K now, it's 14K now, it's 20K now." And I remember one of my managers came and he's like, "Why are you leaving? You're so good. In 2 years down the lane, you're going to be SME or something as such." Okay, I said, 2 years down the lane, you want me to work here for 2 years? And then he said, I did not say that, but I was just like, is this a trick how you get people to work here? Because this is exhausting. I cannot do this. I know I'm good. And when he said, you're way too good, I said, exactly my point. I'm way too good for this. And that is why I cannot stay here. And he did not have anything to say. And it escalated to my higher manager, and he spoke to me with the same, and he went like, what do you think? I said, no. See, first of all, I don't understand as to why are you convincing me. I know that you're losing a gem. Obviously, why would you want to lose it? Because I was performing really well, and I knew that I was doing the job right. But at the same time, they were like, why don't you do that? And then when he understood that, what are your plans for it? And I said that this was not my cup of tea. I cannot sit in front of a computer, confine myself, and be there. I'm meant for the crowd. I'm meant for the people. I'm meant for hate, and I'm meant for love, and I'm meant for just to stand and be myself. And I can't
Right.
do this sitting in front of a computer. And he ended up saying that you're somebody who has a strong willpower. You're somebody
Right.
who seems that when you're saying it, you mean it. So all the very best for your venture. And I was like, it was beautiful at the same time. And when I left, I used to dress up as if I owned that corporate, all right? Everybody would just look at me like, dude, you dress up as if you own it, from saris to trench coats to, from suits. I would literally dress up like I'm going to kill someone out there, or I'm investigating some case. So they were just like, even when I walked out, I had made some friends, and they were like, we miss you a lot. And I was like, I have learned a lot from every single person there. And as much as I do not like COVID, but I'm really glad for the learnings that I've learned. Right now, I am getting events regularly. I am skipping in, as well as the thrift store, the workshop, the content. It's a lot that's going on. So yeah, it's keeping me busy.
I'm
So
sure.
yeah.
I'm sure that we can see. And yeah, what are your future plans?
So my future plans right now is to entirely concentrate on making content. I am trying to build my community as such. At the same time, build my workshop as well. We have the basic level learning right now. I really want to get into an advanced level learning, teaching, wherein I'm having some people, a set of people, where we can teach people with regards to emceeing, locations, public speaking, or whatever that is, with some self-compassion, self-love, and
Right.
everything into the picture. as well as concentrate on mental health and let people know that please go get therapy. It's
Absolutely.
not a joke, but something that's very sensible. But my future plans is to completely concentrate on my little dreams that I have, working on my thrift store, working on my workshops, working on my content, working for myself, as well as doing my MCing, as because that's something that defines me. I really want
Right.
to be doing that. So that those are my future plans. Marriage is not under my list yet. My mom is going to call me very soon and talk about this again. But my dad always goes like, it's okay. So they call me Tito. It's okay, Tito. After marriage, what are you going to do? Then it's babies and families and all. You have fun, do whatever you want to do. And I'm like, okay, daddy, we'll do what we want to do. So he's really, really adorable when it comes to that way. But it's the society that they're really scared about because of how much they come and pressure them out that, oh, she's 22, that means I'm 32. As well as she's in Bangalore, that means she's not going to get a boy. On top of it, she knows what she wants. Definitely it's a divorce. So this is all,
My
all in your head.
Well, I guess, Rita, there's a lot to talk about it. And I believe, one session is not sufficient. I guess because I still have a lot many things to ask you, but the time doesn't allow us. But
That's okay. That's okay. Thank you so much for having me.
it's a pleasure knowing you, inside out, not inside out, but a little bit about you, and that's too very, very inspiring. Seriously, I'm really proud of you, the kind of work you're doing. You're following your passion, and you have the courage, which is very important, in today's life. Have the courage, have the voice, and
Yeah, somebody just asked me, what is beauty for you? I said, beauty is confidence. Once you're confident enough to tell me that, yes, I am that girl, you are that girl. Yes, I am that boy, you are that boy. So I feel that it's the confidence that makes people beautiful, Take that tiny little courage for you to, the majority of the failures we think, agar ye ho gaya, that is why I'm not doing this. Think of that one positive thing that might happen and only concentrate on that.
absolutely.
Trust me. It will work for you.
Absolutely. And I believe, guys, she also takes workshop. We all know that. And to know more about her workshop, definitely, you can DM her and you can ask her all the details. She has a brilliant, brilliant concept like communication skills, and I believe stage fear, public speaking, and lot many. So if you have any sort of problem, expertise right here, you can ask directly. And yes, I believe, we can have a workshop together.
I would love to. Yeah, we'll talk
We
about
will
this, all right?
definitely very soon. A lot things will be going on. And thank you so much, Rita, for being here and sharing your life experience and telling us so much about how to be positive. It's very important to know that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Do you want me to sign off? Because I think
Yes.
that's a hit on my page. Do you
Before
know
that, I want to know
where?
that we all have learned some or the other life experience, our life. What was your life lesson, right? Which you have learned in your life and you want to share it with us right now.
Not exactly a lesson, but I'll tell you guys one thing. It's this, okay? It's this quote from again Alchemist, the book that I read, and I so
Okay.
believe in it. Okay, it says that when you're working for something, when you have your heart on it, like you want it, you're working for it day and night. You think about it. You're putting your
Right.
efforts to it. The universe conspires every single way possible to give that to you. And when it comes to you, please accept it gracefully because you deserve it. You've worked your ass off for it. And guess what? When you do that, you ask the universe, you tell that this is what I want. This is what I deserve. You need to give this to me. And it will come to you in the most unexpected time, in the most unexpected way. And you'll not know how to take it, but trust me, this is how it happens. This is one thing I've learned. Just recently, I had this intention setting that I was talking about. I was writing all of this down. I was writing about, I just want to be able to do interviews. I just want to do workshops. I just want to be make content out of it. And in a week after that, all of this happened. And I'm like, the universe was just giving me what I wanted to give. So the one thing I would say is, what you deserve, you tell the universe, you tell them that this is what I deserve. I'm working for it. It's day and night that my concentration goes there. And there is no way I'm backing down until you give that to me. Okay, I see the universe here can be the God or someone you believe or yourself or just
Right.
space. It doesn't matter what you believe in, but it matters as to how you put it out there and how much you believe in whatever force you do. So yeah, that's the lesson that I've
Brilliant.
learned.
I guess, like, we couldn't have a better ending for this. So yes, we all want to know we want to hear from your signing off, sayonara, like the way you say it.
But when I uploaded that, the reason I uploaded was because my iPhone's GB was entirely over. I had to delete the videos, and they were not accepting my card to increase the space. That's the reason I uploaded that. I didn't really think it would reach to 1.1 million.
Wow.
Swear to God.
Yeah,
Okay, so let's do
sure.
it. Okay, guys. Sayonara. This is me, Rida Tharanaa, signing
Thank
off.
you so
Thank
much. And see
you.
you very soon. And God bless you. And to keep doing this great, amazing work. What
I love you. Thank you so much for
you do. Take
having
care,
me.
Rida.
Mwah.
See you again.
Bye.
Thank you so much, guys, for being with us and hearing this amazing, inspiring session which we had it with Rida. It was quite inspiring, and I'm sure you must have, got to know more about Rida from this chat. Well, again, we are coming live. Right. Thank you so much. Definitely, we're going to save this live on our channel on the Pop Street. You can definitely check it out. And again, we are coming live this Saturday very soon with another personality and another inspiration story. To check more about it, you have to follow our page. And to know more about Rida's workshops and our content, you know where to go. You can always check out her page. Thank you so much. Yes, we're going to share it on our IGTV. You can check it out from there. And keep inspiring and keep smiling and stay away from negativity. And yes, bring the positive change in your life, which you want to see on your own. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you, Sanjana. Thank you. Thanks, Harsh. Thank you. Thanks, Ganesh. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you. See you very soon. This Saturday, 5 o'clock sharp, again with some another brilliant story on board. Thank you. Take care. Bye.